John, you must be really frustrated to put so much into that game and not get anything from it.
Sick, to be honest. Getting sick of football, I really am. Because it's just not fair. I've just watched the game there that according to the rules wasn't played out according to the rules. And listen, give MK their due. They stepped it up second half. We got a little bit ragged. We lost our centre half after 20 minutes. Losing our left back on Thursday, so we've had to change half the back four in a blink, which doesn't help. And it was 20 minutes before our keeper touched the ball. So we've had a good start, dominated the game, gone 1-0 up. Invited them into the game a little bit just before half time, and then they came on strong second half. But when you're getting fouls for everything that moves, and when we're not getting the same fouls, when we're getting yellow cards and they're not getting the yellow cards, and it feels as though you're moaning on the referees, but the referees had a massive impact on the game today because he's changed the direction of the game. He's changed the territory of the game because everything was a foul for them that was going into your box or the game was getting played in your half. And listen, they do the best referees, but sometimes they can have an influence on the game, and today, unfortunately for us, it did. Having said that, we only had ourselves to blame in the fact that we stopped doing what we practiced. So we stopped pressing them in the right areas. We stopped handling the ball in their half. We give up possession and we let them get ahead of steam up. Now, having said that, they only had the first real shot in the 93rd minute, or 92nd minute. And they scored from the resulting corner. So that was their only real shot on goal apart from the free kick. And when you see our skipper get chopped down on the edge of the box and they get given the foul, so instead of us having a chance to shoot from the edge of the box, they got a chance to shoot from the edge of the box, and it was a great finish. By the way the game got us pushed back in the second half, I don't think we can have any complaints about getting beat, because although we limited them to chances, we weren't offering enough going forward the other way. And they're very young. I keep saying we're a young side, but we are a young side. It's just that I just don't think we felt as though we got a fair crack at the whip today.
For long periods, that looked like a really textbook away performance. Get the early goal, dominate the play, a worldie from a free kick to peg you back, but you still went looking for the winner, and you had your own chances, didn't you?
We did, but everything we've worked on worked well for big periods of the game, and in the end, maybe tiredness. I can't fault the effort that they give because they run themselves into the ground. You're going to go look at Josh Woods out on his feet. And then, with Sod's law, the winning goals are deflection, a massive deflection. Now, we got a massive deflection, just went wide, but somehow it was a goal kick. So
there was an incident, the one you referred to earlier, with the referee gives a free kick against their player. Jack Nolan then gets a booking for it. You got a booking for complaining about it.
Well, I didn't complain to anybody. I just shouted in the air into frustration.
I saw you do it.
No, you're possibly not allowed to do that. I don't know. But I'm not shouting at anybody. I'm not shouting at the referee. I'm not shouting at the fourth. I'm not shouting at the crowd. I'm shouting up in the air to vent my frustration. To nobody in particular.
But then when the free kick comes in, it's headed behind for what you thought was a corner. Henderson was the closest player you had to it.
Henderson's headed it and it's come off their lads and gone for the corner.
So they take the goal kick, go up the other end and score.
Yeah.
What turns out to be the winner. And those are the fine margins and the decisions that you were alluding to.
Well, unfortunately, every single decision that was 50-50 went against us today. Now, sometimes they happen. But you've got to be better yourself, and we've got to be better on the ball, and we can't invite pressure like we did. And we invited pressure, but we dealt with the pressure till the end. And Joe will be sick. Joe Coleman's had a smashing game today, but he's lost an header on the halfway line. That's led to them being 3-1. Keeper's made a great save, and then you think that's going to be enough to get you the point. And then, the corner comes in, gets headed out, gets recycled, and then you can't do anything about the deflection. That's what kills you.
It's not going to feel like there's lots of positives from this, but when you look at this again on Monday and Tuesday, it might well feel like your young team has learned a lot more again.
Well, you'd like to think MK Dons will learn a bit as well. If they don't realise how fortunate they were today, they won't improve. And we've got to learn from them ourselves. we've got to learn that. We can't be just saying, "Oh, we're unlucky, we're unlucky." The referee wasn't it wasn't our day with the referee today. We can't be doing that. No, I can be doing it because I can point out what I see. But as a team, we've got to look at going forwards, and we've got to adjust what we can adjust ourselves, and we've got to address what we can address ourselves, and that means sticking to the game plan for 97 or 8 minutes or whatever you'll have to do. It means handling the ball better when we get the ball. It means not panicking, and it means working hard. Now, we've done all that for big periods, but we just didn't do it enough. And as I said before, a lot of things went against us today that on another day would go for you. They didn't today, and football is always on the bounce of a ball, and none more so than today with the deflection.
And you've got a lengthy injury list. You've had a lengthy injury list, it feels like, all season. So J. Rich Bagaloo comes back on. 20 minutes gone later, he limps back off. Looked like a hamstring from where we were looking at the edge. What's the early thoughts on that?
It's a reoccurrence of his other one, so I don't think we'll be seeing him anytime soon. Joe Pritchard out, Louis Shipley out. That's added to the people who are already out. And it's been a very, very testing season. But there's still a great set of lads, and we'll still work as hard as we can to try and edge our way into the playoffs as best we can.